put Mickey up. All right, now where's Minnie Mouse? Minnie Mouse, where do we have Goofy? Fabulous, where's Miss Daisy Duck? Mr. Daisy Duck. Very nice. Where's Donald Duck? Fabulous. And where's Pluto? Perfect. And I got all of them, right? Yes. Okay, so here we go. You guys know what to do with your props. All right, so I'm going to have a really terrific Halloween party tonight, Mickey Mouse thought. If I ever finish getting everything ready, that is. He tackled a fake cobweb on the wall and looked around his living room. Jack-o'-lanterns and ghosts stared back at him. Everything looks nice and spooky, he said. I bet Minnie will love it. All right, so Mickey glanced at the clock. Golly, he said, it's almost time for the party, and I haven't put my costume together yet. He's really waiting for the last minute. All right, so Mickey knew he had an old pirate costume packed away in his attic. He climbed up a creaky ladder and turned on the light. Now, where did I put that costume, Mickey wondered. Thunder crashed and lightning flashed across the sky. Suddenly, the attic lights went out. Oh dear, Mickey cried. It was very dark and he stumbled into a huge cobweb. A real one. Yikes, he said with a shudder. Mickey tried to feel his way through the attic. After a couple of minutes, the lights came back on. That was close. Thank goodness, Mickey said. He spotted the old trunk he'd been looking for. I'll bet my pirate costume is in here. Mickey took out the key he brought with him. He put it in a rusty lock, turning it slowly. Suddenly, he felt a tickle in his nose. Achoo! He sneezed, and a cloud of dust surrounded the trunk. It looked kind of spooky, as if he swirled around. It's just the dust, Mickey said, reassuring himself. He lifted the lid of the trunk, and a scary figure suddenly towered over him. Ah, Mickey shouted, and then he realized it was just a plastic decoration. No worries. Phew, he said, realized the skeleton will be perfect for his party. He rummaged through the trunk. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. Meanwhile, in Mickey's backyard, Pluto chased a ball near the clothesline full of fresh laundry. As Pluto charged after it, one of the sheets hanging from the line came loose and fell on top of him. It covered him from head to tail. Just then it began to rain. The wet sheets stuck to Pluto like glue. He shook and shook, but the sheet stayed put. Then he ran around the yard as fast as he could, trying to get it to fly off, but it wouldn't budge. Arf, arf, he barked. At that moment, Donald, Goofy, Minnie, and Daisy drove up to Mickey's house. They were all dressed in their Halloween costumes, of course. Gosh, look at the lightning, Goofy explained. Yeah. It's spooky. It's a spooky night, Minnie said nervously. Let's run right into the house, said Daisy. If we wait for Mickey to answer the door, our costumes will get soaked. Mickey, we're here, called Minnie when they entered the house. Where are you? But Mickey didn't answer. He was still upstairs. The storm was so loud he couldn't hear his friends. Boom went the thunder. Suddenly the lights went out again. Uh-oh, cried Donald. The friends stood in the dark for a moment. Thump-ka-thump thump. It sounded like something or someone was staggering around upstairs. What is that? Daisy asked with a gasp. Mickey? Minnie called. There was no answer. In the backyard, poor Pluto was still stuck under the sheet. He tried to feel his way toward the doggy door. Arr, arr, arr! Pluto howled. What's that sound? Daisy whispered. Shh, shh, Goofy whispered back. Just then, something white ran past the window. It's a ghost! Cried Daisy. Mickey's friends were too scared to even scream. Up in the attic, Mickey lit a candle and changed into his pirate costume. Then, picking up the skeleton decoration, he slowly and carefully headed down the dark staircase. Mickey's friends heard a shuffling of feet and a rattling sound. They looked up to see a shadow of a horrible monster coming toward them. Oh no! Donald screamed as the others hid behind a chair. Donald drove onto the chair and hid under a pillow. The friends prepared for the worst. Mickey said. Mickey's friends stared at him in shock. "Oh, Mickey, it's just you," cried Minnie. "You really scared us." "We thought you were a ghost," Goofy exclaimed. "I know. That's one scary costume," Donald said with a shiver. "Aw, I'm sorry, gang," Mickey said. "I didn't mean to scare you. I was just getting some finishing touches for the party." Daisy picked up a cupcake and began to munch on it. "Oh, don't worry, Mickey," she said. "This is the scariest, most exciting Halloween ever." "How did you do it?" "Gosh," Mickey said. "It sure is the best haunted house I've ever been in," added Goofy. Haunted house?" said a puzzled Mickey, looking around. He had done a lot of decorating, but the house wasn't haunted. At least, he didn't think it was. Just then, Pluto found his way in through the doggy door. He happily ran into the living room. Mickey and his friends looked up and saw a ghost! And boy, did they scream this time. "Arf!" barked Pluto. "Oh, Pluto, it's just you," said Mickey, relieved. "Hey, boy, you're all wet. Let's get you dried off." Mickey turned to his friends, grinned. "You're right. This has been the scariest Halloween ever." Great job to all of our actors and actresses again. It's a scary Halloween, isn't it? I don't know if I could get into Halloween like that. Sounds very scary. Was your Mickey really scared? Yes. Yes, I'm sure. So we are going to go ahead and do another story for you guys, but we're going to collect up those Minnie and Mickey characters, and we're going to move on to a Wreck-It Ralph story, because this is one of my favorites.
Is a Wreck-It Ralph one, so we need some more characters. Do we have anyone that wants to be our friend Wreck-It Ralph?
Alright, everyone say, "I'm gonna wreck it." You have to audition for this.
Yeah, here we go. So say, "I'm gonna wreck it."
You got it.
There we go. Alright, our next one is Penelope Von Sweets. So I hand right up front, yeah. The next one, we have a race car. Anyone want to be a race car? There we go. And our last one, we need someone to be a ghost. Alright. I'll try it out with my pretty loud. Alright, can everybody hear me back there? Everyone good? Yeah. Alright. Okay. "Happy Halloween, Penelope," said Ralph. There we go, where's Earl? There we go. Penelope Von Sweets looked up and grinned. "Ralph," she jumped into her friend's large arms for a hug. "Hey," Ralph said, "did you miss me?" "Nah," Penelope replied. She tweaked his nose, then leaped to the ground. "Why would I miss a big clumsy flea bag like you?" said Penelope. "I don't know," Ralph replied. "Probably the same reason I missed a snarky little know-it-all like you." He ruffled her hair. Penelope had missed Ralph. Her friend spent most of his time in Fix-It Felix Jr., the video game where he lived. She was so happy he'd come to Sugar Rush for Floyd's annual Halloween party. "Come on, Penelope," she said. She grabbed Ralph's hand and dragged him towards her candy go-kart. There we go. "Let's go for a ride." "What about the party?" Ralph asked. Penelope replied, "We can be fashionably late," hopping into the driver's seat. Ralph climbed onto the back of the cart. So where's our Ralph? There we go, in the cart. There we go. "Ready?" Penelope asked. She gunned the engine, and Ralph grinned. "Ready?" Whoosh! They were off. Woo! Penelope whooped as they tore around a turn. The cart skidded across the two wheels for a moment. Gah! Ralph yelled. Clutched the fender to keep from falling off. Penelope grinned. Then Ralph yelled again, and this time he sounded really surprised. Pumpkin! Ralph cried. Pumpkin? Penelope said. What are you talking about? Then she looked around her. We're here. The go-kart track was gone, and Ralph and Penelope had been taken somewhere else. Somewhere spooky. Can everyone say go? Ooh. There we go. I have no idea, Ralph said. It happened when my head hit that floating pumpkin. Jumpin' jelly beans, Penelope yelled. She couldn't believe it. This must be the Halloween bonus level where Boo Bratley lives. I thought it was just a myth. Boo. Boo-hoo. Oh yeah, there we go. But before Penelope could make a joke about Ralph crying, woo! Penelope and Ralph, that was a different woo. That was a woo like a ghost. Can we all do a woo like a ghost? Penelope and Ralph jumped a mile, and the marshmallow ghost had appeared out of nowhere. Boo Bratley, Penelope exclaimed, pointing to the ghost, the meanest, brattiest ghost in all of Sugar Rush. Legend has it that he was exiled to this bonus level many Halloweens ago. So happy you've heard of me, Boo Bratley taunted. Too bad that won't help you go home. Hey, wait a minute, Ralph leaped off the cart. We need to get back. You need to catch me first, the ghost moaned. Then he floated straight through the graham cracker castle doors and out of sight. Come on, Penelope yelled as Ralph opened the castle doors and climbed back onto the cart. Penelope and Ralph zoomed into the castle. They raced past the dancing licorice brooms, sweeping up the cotton candy cobwebs, and little jack-o'-lanterns grinning at them from the windowsills. Boo Bratley flew farther and farther ahead of them. Bet you can't catch me, Boo Bratley shouted. We'll see about that, Penelope muttered under her breath. She stomped on the gas and they sped through the castle at lightning speed. The chase led them into the marzipan ramps and up to the attic, down the wobbly gummy worm ladders to the dungeons, and out to the candy corn maze, and back into the castle again. Bet you can't catch me, Boo Bratley repeated at every turn. Arrgh, if he says that one more time, Ralph groaned. It's my catchphrase, the ghost called over his shoulder. Finally, Boo Bratley floated right through the castle wall with no doors or windows. Hold on, Ralph, Penelope yelled, and she gunned the engines as they could drive up and over the castle stone wall, but midway up the wall, the cart started to fall. It wasn't supposed to carry that much weight. Ah! Penelope and Ralph fell crashing to the ground. Tee-hee-hee, they could hear Boo Bratley laughing from the other side. Looks like you're not going home, said Boo. Arrgh, Ralph said, rubbing his backside. We're never gonna get out of here. And I've got some butterscotch hay in my pants from that stupid candy corn maze, Ralph said. I have an idea, Penelope said. She whispered it to Ralph in her ear so that Boo Bratley couldn't hear. Ralph grinned. He raised his fists and started smashing the chocolate walls. Stones cracked and bittersweet shards flew everywhere. Soon, Boo Bratley wasn't laughing anymore. Penelope waited for the right moment as Ralph distracted the ghost with his wrecking. She then closed her eyes, concentrated, and zap! She glitched over to the other side of the wall. Boo was sneaking away. Ha! Penelope said. She tapped him on the shoulder. Got you! Winner! The fireworks went off. The sirens blared. Penelope and Ralph had beaten the Halloween bonus level. A candy cane doorway suddenly appeared. Ready to go back to Sugar Rush? Penelope asked. Ralph nodded. But before they could walk through that door, wait! Boo Bratley floated up to Penelope and Ralph and said, please don't go. Won't you stay for a little while? Suddenly, Boo didn't look too bratty anymore. Now he looked lonely. Nobody comes to play with me. You guys are lucky. You have best friends. His eyes glistened with the marshmallow fluff tears. Hey, Ralph said. We know what it's like to be alone. Vanellope nodded. We can stay for a little while. Wonderful, Boo Bratley cried. He clapped his marshmallow hands together. Let's play some games. Oh yeah, Vanellope said, cracking her knuckles. You're on. We should be heading back, Ralph said, after a while. I think we were more than fashionably late for Lloyd's party. Oh no, Boo replied. That was very kind of you, but I couldn't possibly leave this castle. Wait, I have an idea, Penelope responded. We'll be right back. A few hours later, Lloyd's Halloween party was in full swing, but at Boo Bratley's castle. I just want to say thank you to all my new friends, Ralph and Vanellope, Boo Bratley announced. This has been one of the best Halloween